Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Daily News X, your daily dose of real stories, real voices, and what's happening across America. Well, I'm your host Kramer, and today we're diving into something that has been frustrating for millions of travelers lately. Yes, I'm talking about why traveling around America has become a total nightmare. So, from long airport lines to sudden flight cancellations, it feels like every trip comes with a new set of headaches. So let's unpack what's really going on and what you can do to prepare if your next flight gets actually caught in the chaos. But first thing first, guys, let's talk about the big picture here about this. So airports across the US have been seeing mass delays and cancellations. It's often happening very often, with thousands of people stranded for hours, even overnight. The reasons behind, well, it's a mix of staff shortage, overbooked flights, and unpredictable weather patterns that seem to be hitting harder and even more often. So after the pandemic, many airline workers, from pilots to ground crews, took early retirements or left the industry altogether. And while the demands for travel have surged back to record highs, unfortunately, for staffing levels just haven't been able to cut up with the system. So that means fewer employees trying to handle more passengers than ever before. Think about a lot of more traffic coming in, but you haven't been able to cope, with their hiring, training of employees, so you can be fully trained and staffed to receive all these people and have actually more airplanes on hand. So it's not just about pilots. There's a shortage also of air traffic controllers. So consider this: traffic controllers and TSA agents, which is causing serious slowdowns in major cities like New York, Chicago, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Miami. When the skies get crowded, one small delay in one city can create a domino effect that impacts flights across the entire country. Adding a few technical issues, severe storms, and a tighter airline budget, and you got in the perfect storm. No, I'm being serious. This is not literally. This is serious business. So, what does it mean for travelers like you and me? Well, if you think about it, this means that being stranded for hours has become a lot more common, because some people are even missing connecting flights, business meetings, or family events because of the last minute cancellations. But here's one thing, guys. There are ways to prepare and make the best of the bad decision. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how you can do better or stay prepped just in case this actually happens to you and you're facing this situation. Tip number one is always have a backup plan. Yes, just like it sounds. So if you're flying, for example, download your airline app and sign up for instant alerts. That's often how travelers get notified about changes faster than the gate agents can announce them. Number two, book early flights when possible. Yes, this actually is a very good tip for you guys. Morning flights are statistically less likely to be delayed because planes and cruise members haven't yet been thrown out of a schedule. So you can get the picture. So crew members still have their regular schedule. No changes. Nobody's been calling sick. No updates on the airplanes broken down or problems with the line. So you get the best early flights are the best choice. They always fly. They're on time. No delays. Tip number three, pack smart. This becomes so handy, by the way. Keep essentials like medications, a change of clothes, chargers, and snacks in your carry-on, by the way. You will be surprised how many people get stuck overnight without their checked luggage. Yes, it happens a lot, guys. I'm telling you. Here's another one really good tip. Know your rights. If your flight gets canceled or delayed for hours, the U.S. Department of Transportation has a new rule that makes airlines responsible to provide for compensation or rebooking options in many cases. So, if your flight gets canceled and you've been waiting at the airport sitting in the chair for more than 3 or 4 hours, you can ask your airline crew member and tell them to give you hotel vouchers and hotel meal vouchers as well. Don't be afraid to ask. Now, what happens if this trend continues? Well, according to experts, they could see recurrent travel disruptions, especially during holiday seasons. Some airlines are already cutting back on routes or limiting schedules to avoid chaos or rebooking. For the long term, we may see more investment in automation, digital tools, and better staffing incentives. In other words, it's a rough patch right now, it might lead to some, much needed reform in the future in how the airline industry actually operates. And I'm waiting to see the inside out. So, this company's restructuring and how they adjust to the flight routes and make some new technical changes. At the end of the day, guys, traveling should be exciting. Not being stuck at the airport, for hours with the kids, and no card seats, no meal vouchers. So it becomes exhausting, for families. So while this system works throughout its growing pains, the best thing we can do is, as a travelers, to stay informed, stay patient, and stay prepared. Because one thing's for sure, guys, the skies aren't getting any emptier anytime soon. It's the opposite instead. We're getting very busy. All right, guys. So that's all for today's episode of my Daily News X. If you have had a recent travel nightmare or a great tip that helped you survive a long delay, please share it with us. You can put it in the comments down below so people can see it. I would like to see your comments. But thanks for listening. Please stay safe. And wherever you are headed, I hope that your next flight actually leave on time. Until next time, this is my Daily News X. You have yourself a great day.